What is going on, Swoopers? We are here at the AIA Vitality Centre. Collingwood's Intraclub match. We'll be starting in 13 minutes. Super excited. I can really see Dan McStay getting hit on the chest by daicos, so it's going to be very interesting. Very excited, and yeah, let's do it. Alright, so I was going to do like a little vlog thing from the game itself, but it was so windy that anything I said would have been muffled, as you could probably sort of see through that intro there. So I just opted for some visuals and stuff that I'll play over all me speaking. But wow, that Intraclub match was something else. So I guess we'll say this up front, that yes, it's an Intraclub match. It's Collingwood versus Collingwood. It's not a very good read. They're not going at 100%, maybe 75%, 80% or something like that. So let's take everything I say with a little bit of grain of salt, right? Because it's Collingwood versus Collingwood. Collingwood were always going to win that. But in saying that, it was still an amazing game. I've never been more excited for a season than I am for this season. I kind of think I'm more excited for this season now than I was for 2011, and that's saying something because we just came off a premiership. But what I was seeing today and what everyone's been saying on social media and stuff like that, it was tantalizing. Absolutely just mouth-watering stuff. I'm not going to go through every single player because where I was sitting, I was standing, I was in the pocket, so I didn't really have a good read on the whole field. I could kind of see what I was seeing in that forward line. Couldn't see, much else. There's a lot of other good tweets and stuff that go about it. I'll post some. They should be flying up around here. Shout outs to those guys and girls that are doing that sort of stuff. But from my point of view, let's get into it. We'll start with the new guys, Tom Mitchell, Bobby Hill, Dan McStay, Billy Frampton. On what I saw today, every single one of those guys plays round one. Now, but look, how are you going to knock 4 people out of the the team that played the Sydney Swans? But I can't see them being dropped. Like, we'll start with Dan McStay, right? The power forward that he needed. I think he ended up kicking 3 or 4 goals, maybe. Out-muscled Darcy Moore, just ragdolled him. Anyone who he was playing on moved up the ground a little bit, can take a good mark. There was one bit, I'm spewing I didn't catch it on video, where Nick Daicos streamed out of the centre and just hit this angled kick to Dan McStay, and I think he might have scored a point out of that. But still, it was just really good play. Dan McStay, he is going to be that power forward that we need. Brody Mychek is going to get so much help with McStay there. And I think that McStay is going to kick over 40 goals this year. Like, he is just going to be used as that player in that forward line. We'll push up a little bit, but he was very, very exciting to see, especially with all the raps on him with how much money he's coming here on, how he wasn't playing that power forward role at Brisbane sort of thing. But I think he's going to be absolutely great for us. Is he going to be like the next Travis Cloke? Well, probably not. But, we haven't had a tandem forward line with 2 big forwards like since Cloke and Dawes. Now we've got it with Mychek and Dan McStay. Second guy, Billy Frampton. I told you this in, I think it was the Burning Questions video or one of my other videos. He is him. He is that guy. He didn't... it wasn't like, oh my God, can we see a defender win a Brownlow? It wasn't that 11 out of 10 performance, but it was a solid performance for his first hit out in the black and white stripes. Well, they weren't really stripes today. They were just the new Nike Swoops. But I loved what I saw. He is going to be that general down back. I think, like I said in my other video, he's found his home here. And, there was a bit where him and Will Kelly were in the same backline. They worked really well together. So I loved everything I saw from Billy Frampton. Tom Mitchell. He was just doing what Tom Mitchell does. Not last season with Hawthorn, but in previous seasons. Doing what Tom Mitchell does. Had an outstanding game. Just clearances, or not, even if it's not clearances, it's just second, third efforts on the ground, handballing, creating those chains, a really good use of the ball as well. So he is, put it out of your head, he's a definite starter. He's not going to start. Now, Bobby Hill, I've said that all 4 of these players will play. I loved what I saw from Bobby Hill. He didn't kick 4 or 5 or sneak sort of those sort of goals, but he is creative. He is smart with the ball, and he is bloody quick. They look like they were using him not so much in the forward line, but a bit higher up. Think maybe a Will Hoskin-Elliott role. So can we see, you know, a straight swap, Will Hoskin-Elliott for Bobby Hill, injects us with that speed, that creativeness as well. And I just want to give Bobby Hill a shout out here. Everyone probably knows, you know, he beat testicular cancer last season, and he is now, I think, going to be one of the premier forwards in the game. Think of like Tyson Stengel, you know, he's had that growth. I think that's what Bobby Hill is going to do to us. So let's talk about most of our other players. The standouts for me, Isaac Quaynor has just put on a lot more muscle. He is going to be running off that halfback. The AFL world is going to stand up and realize how good of a player he is. Remember, he was an NGA Academy prospect, which is, you know, great. Collingwood were able to get him. He's finally built into this big frame. His shoulders are absolutely huge, and he's ripped, and he can run, and he was probably one of the best on ground. Patrick Lipinski doing well. Jordan De Goey did really well after coming off that shoulder surgery. But the guy that I know you are all here for, Nick Daicos. Oh, man. If you're a betting person, and I don't, responsible gambling, please, I'd put a cheeky tenner on him to win the Brownlow. He was just, I think he played in every single centre bounce. He's going to be obviously more in the midfield, centre clearances. He took the ball out, I think he took the ball out of the centre, or he received the ball from the centre after a bounce, kicked a goal from 65 metres on the run. And he was doing things that people or footballers shouldn't be able to do. He was like Pendlebury, just stopping time, hitting angled kicks, hitting people on the chest with just some sort of weird kick that he shouldn't be able to do. With that more midfield time, that more exposure in there, he's put on 4 or 5 kilos as well. Looks bigger, looks meaner. You can expect him to just hit all these players on the chest and stuff like that. But again, he's probably going to get tagged. He's probably going to get, you know, looked at. So he might not play in the middle 100% of the time. Might get switched around with the half back line because we could use his elite kicking there. But he was just incredible. I said on Twitter that Nick Daicos is like a GTA cheat code where you're just putting all these things in, and then you've got $1 trillion, every single weapon in the world, and XYZ. I think that's what Nick Daicos does to the Collingwood Football Club. I loved what I saw from Taylor Adams. He was back to his best, pretty much. Like, it doesn't look like he tore his groin muscle right off his groin. So that was amazing to see. Just Taylor Adams busting through the middle, working in tandem with Tom Mitchell as well. Did a couple of nice things. I'm pretty sure he kicked a goal as well. Josh Carmichael, shaved head, doing super well. I think he kicked 2 or 3 goals in the forward line. Reef McInnes as a deep forward, I liked as well. Jack Ginnivan, we'll talk about him now. He went down right in front of me, clutched his knee straight away. And when I tell you my heart sank, it felt like my heart just fell down by my feet. And I thought, this is it. This is it. He's done for 12 months because he went down clutching his knee. And I thought, fire out. That's it. And everyone around me, they stopped the game early at half time. The boys picked him up. Like, let's walk you off. He went to put weight on his leg and he fell back down. And I go, that's it. He's done. And I was tweeting it, you know, live tweeting what was happening and stuff. And he was down for about 6-7 minutes maybe. Trainers came. Then he got up, walked off, and we didn't see him again. John Ralph comes out, tweets that he just got a stud to his knee. So he copped a bit of a hit to the knee, but it was pissing blood. So that they couldn't move him until they sort of taped his knee around. You'll see pictures on my Instagram and Twitter and stuff like that. He's got the bandage on his knee. So they haven't even ruled him out for next week. So he could still play in that Carlton game next week. So that's that was just a huge, huge, huge sigh of relief. I think someone who really surprised me today was Trent Bianco. Got a lot of the ball, ran into the right positions. We said he was going to be the wingman for the future. That's probably where his best position is. Probably knock Steele Sidebottom out a little bit, maybe put Sidey as half forward. So I love seeing Trent go about it because I think he is on a 1-year contract or something, and he's done a little bit of good things. This is the year where he needs to solidify himself. I could go on and talk about every player, and but there's, like I said, so many people doing nice write-ups and stuff like that. But one player I do want to talk about is Mason Cox. He shouldered the ruck duty all by himself because Darcy Cameron was doing fitness tests and stuff because of those hamstrings. And I thought Coxie did really, really well. Not only was he, doing well in the ruck, of course, he was against Oscar Steen. Okay, obviously you want Cox to win, but he was just clunking marks. And he took a couple of marks on the forward line, but defensive marks. He was doing that a lot last season. Darcy Cameron was too, where he floats into the back line, takes some big marks, floats, down to the half back, sort of the wing, takes some big marks there. And I think that that's going to work so well because it frees up Dan McStay and Mychek as well. If we're playing Cameron and Cox in tandem, you have Cameron resting in the forward line, a couple of big guys. Cox can still go into the forward line, but now that he's getting that confidence to finally use that sort of height that we saw that in, but we know that he can used it really well today. So I don't think Cox comes out of the team, even though I have said I think Cox comes out of the team. From today, I really don't think he does. And I guess I just want to sign off with saying that it is super, super exciting what I saw. Some of the footage that's been playing throughout this video as well. I am trying to keep a lid on it. And I know, I haven't watched 17 other clubs' intra-club matches. Can only go what I'm seeing. And yes, I'm obviously going to be biased for my team as well. But the way we were playing defensive football, quick football like we're used to last year, but even more attacking, using the wings when we can, up the corridor when we can, was really, really good. These new players just add another depth to us. But yeah, look, that's pretty much my thoughts on the Intraclub match. And if you can't tell, I am super bloody excited for the season to start. Our first proper practice game is against Carlton next Friday. And just between you and me, I have something cooking for next Friday's game. I'll be there. Come down and say hi. You're going to want to. I have definitely something cooking, and I can't wait to share it with you all. But until then, like, comment, subscribe, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your pets, and until next time, double shackers. I'll swoop you all later.